Right, welcome back to the workshop. Firstly, well done for getting this far, because it might seem nothing to you, but you'd be amazed at how many players we get signing up for the workshop, usually several hundred, and then only about 20 to 30% actually come into the group, and then only about 20% of those people engage inside the group. So if you've came this far and you're engaging and you're watching the videos, then you're part of a very small percentage who shows to me that you're the type of person that we want to be in the workshop. I like working with players who are serious, who are committed, who are invested in themselves, so that's superb. So up to this point, you'd have watched the 6 videos where we really hammered home the key elements of training, and there was 6 key elements, and I'll just do a quick recap. So number 1, you get a starting point, and that's your baseline. Always have your baseline, assess where you currently are. Number 2, you have a specific goal to use an individual based on your current fitness levels, so you know where the weak link is. So you've got your baseline and you've got your goal. Then we look at filling that gap, and that's where we look at the peak performance protocol, so in season or off season, and making sure we've got a nice easy weekly pattern that you can follow on autopilot to remove a lot of the guesswork and know how you stay fresh on game day, and at the same time when to go hard and when just to prepare. Then once we have that gap as a bit of a template, we can look at the individual sessions. And if you remember to the Built Like a Baller sessions I wrote down, I gave you a guide on putting speed, power, strength, fitness, mobility all into the one session, so you train all of your fitness qualities but you focus on the one that you need to focus on. This ensures you train everything but one gets prioritised and you don't lose anything as you come out of that training cycle. Then we looked at the key principle of improving, and that is to guarantee progress you need to be including progressive overload into your training weeks. So week to week you have to be increasing either volume or the intensity, and you can do that through adding reps, adding sets, adding an extra day, reducing rest periods, increasing speed. All this stuff is going to make you progress week to week, but making sure you do it in a sensible manner week to week so you don't do too much too soon. Then from there we look at the training cycles and make sure that we don't have a 40-week training cycle, because you're going to burn out, you're going to pick up niggling injuries, you're going to plateau, you're going to get heavy legs. We want to have those deloads, so every somewhere between 4 to 8 weeks you're putting a deload before it gets too late and you pick up that niggling injury, so you can constantly refresh your body and constantly come back stronger. So if you just do these things, you're going to be at top 5% of football players when it comes to the physical side of the game. Things that you're actually practically doing. You can learn all this stuff and you can know all this stuff, but if you're actually implementing it, that is where the magic happens. However, there is one issue that causes a lot of players still to fail, even if they are doing these 6 key elements and they have the knowledge how to maximise them, and that is consistency. So no matter how good the programme is, how much you know, how much you want to improve, if you don't show up, you don't just do the work, you'll actually never make progress. It's such a simple thing, and I say to every single player in the Football Fitness Academy, I say it all the time, just do the simple things consistently well, and that's why I have the best performance of Brent Eat, Sleep and Train. It's so simple. Simple doesn't mean easy, but being consistent with the simple things is what gets you results. High performance in sport, business, life will always revolve around doing the simple things consistently well and staying disciplined. So it shouldn't matter what the latest trend in social media is, or what your mate is telling you should be doing, or if you're tired, you should be able to focus and be disciplined on your goal that you committed to and the training plan that you committed to, and seeing that through. By doing that, the results are inevitable. You're going to get the results. You shouldn't need motivation, because motivation comes and goes. You can watch a 2-minute clip on YouTube and be motivated, but it'll fade. So for today's task, you have to comment 2 things. 1, you need to comment done if you have watched all the videos up to day 7. If you haven't watched up to day 7, you've got till tomorrow to do so. I've been mentioning it all week that you had to be up to date. If you haven't by 24 hours from now, I will remove you from the group. Nothing personal, I just need to make sure people in the second week are genuinely committed to being better football players, getting the good results, and they want feedback, because I want to make sure I've got enough time to help everybody. And if there's people in here who are just sort of lurking and they're not doing the work, it's not fair on everybody else. If you have been engaging, superb, you'll comment done, and then I want you to list 1 thing that you do when you can't be arsed training. How do you get yourself to training, or how do you get yourself to make the meal that you can't be arsed making? For me, I always say this is what average looks like, and I say it out loud. It might be bizarre to some of you, but for whatever reason, that motivates me. That gives me that little jerk I need. I don't want to be average. Average to me is very easy to do. Average standards in athleticism, average standards in life are pretty low, to be honest. And we're trying to get all of you to be high performers, and I want to be a high performer. A friend of mine does something far simpler. He just says, I'll go and warm up. So he goes and warms up, and he knows when he starts to warm up, the session takes care of itself, and the session isn't so bad anyway, because he's already at the gym, or he's already at the pitch, and he just completes the session anyway. So I want you to tell me, what do you do? It might be something simple. There's no right or wrong here. I'm just interested to see how you get yourself through the tough times. So comment in the group, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll get stuck into the nutritional side of things.